anybody ever ridden a skateboard before? Or tried to, maybe in Walmart or something?
I've attempted.
Attempted. So, has anybody ever been to like a skate park? You have?
Yes.
Why don't you tell me about, what did you see whenever you were there?
Lots of flips and tricks and like ramps. People like going up and
Going on a
down
ramp.
those ramps. Yeah.
So, if you were trying to like ride a skateboard or you saw them riding a skateboard, do you remember how they like try to stop themselves from either doing a trick or just like slowing down? Do you remember like how they try to stop themselves?
Usually like put a foot down
Uh-huh.
onto the ground to start slowing themselves down.
So, what about if they just kept like riding to like decrease their speed? Do you
Yeah.
think that could like have an impact on how they stop too?
Mm-hmm.
Just
So
like
you're
trying-
saying like putting their foot down to make them stop. So does anybody like, do y'all agree with that? Like
Yeah.
trying to put your foot down to stop? So when you see people that are skateboarding, do you remember if they're doing this on like a hard surface, like, or where do you see them at, like doing it?
Usually like smooth concrete, so
Mhm.
like not a place with a bunch of rocks or anything.
Not
Just
in
like,
rocks.
yeah, just like a smooth surface.
Y'all agree with that?
Mm-hmm.
So, why do you think people skate on a hard surface?
I feel like, for example, if you tried to skateboard in the grass, like you're gonna get stuck.
Mm-hmm.
So you think you're gonna get stuck?
Yeah.
Do y'all agree with that? So, what would happen? Okay, let's say, put that out of your head. So, what do you think would happen if you did try to skate on some grass?
You won't be as fast.
Mhm.
It'd probably be harder to move.
Hard move.
Yeah.
Y'all agree with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, why don't you tell me more about that? Like, why do you think that it would slow you down if you were like skating on grass?
Well, I feel like the grass, like, because it's in dirt, like your wheels will get stuck in
Mhm.
the dirt. And like it'll be harder to move. Whereas when you're on a flat surface, like there's nothing really to get stuck on. It's just straight and smooth.
Okay. So if you were skateboarding, do you think that there are any certain materials that can stop a skateboard faster?
Like grass. Like we were talking about like grass or maybe like, I know like sometimes like skating, like if you're like messing around like skating inside and you like go into carpet, you're probably gonna come to a pretty abrupt stop.
Yeah.
So you're saying like carpet too? Like
Yeah.
you think that'll stop you quick? So the scenario that I have, it says, at a skate park there were several skateboarders doing tricks. The skaters wanted to set up places on the long track to slow down their speed before attempting certain tricks. There were 2 long tracks at the skating park. The skateboarders had some different materials they could use on the track. They had heavy, long carpet, short, smooth turf grass, which is just grass, and rubber. What can skateboarders do to set up a test to see which material would work best to slow down the track? So what do you think, which material do you think would help the skateboarders try to like slow down the fastest or the quickest or best?
I feel like I would say carpet because it's more dense than grass is usually.
Why don't y'all talk to each other to
I was either gonna say the carpet or like the turf grass, because turf grass is pretty hard.
Yeah.
So I feel like that could maybe feel like a brick wall
Mhm.
when you actually like skate across it.
Oh yeah.
I think like if it's the rubber mat, like if it's just like a rubber mat, I don't think it'll really slow them down as much.
Yeah, but I guess it would depend on
How thick
thick it was.
Because if it's like tall, they're just gonna hit it and stop.
right.
Okay, so tell me what y'all think.
We were saying like we definitely think the carpet, but we were looking at the other options, and the turf grass, because it's harder, could cause like to slow down. But then we thought if the rubber mat is just flat, it might not have that much of an impact, but if it's like a thick piece of rubber, they're just obviously going to run into it.
So do y'all agree with that?
Mhm.
You do? Okay. So what do you think would happen if we used the grass to stop the skateboard? Like, what do you think would happen?
I feel like they'd still keep going, but it wouldn't immediately stop them.
What do you think if they tried to like skateboard on some carpet?
I guess it would depend on how fast they're going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that can be a factor too. So, how do you think that we should test the skateboard going down? Should we test it out with all three, the rubber, the carpet, and the grass? You do?
Yes.
Okay. So, why do you think? So, which material out of these three do you think could slow down the skateboard the fastest?
Either the carpet or the grass.
Carpet or the grass?
I'm going to go with carpet.
Yeah, I think carpet.
Well, why do you think we should do it that way? Well, how do you think we should set up this experiment? Like, do you think we should put the skateboard going down like a ramp, or just flat going down like the carpet, like just pushing on the carpet or the grass or rubber?
I think probably going down a ramp so you can just kind of let it go, because if you did it on a flat surface, you'd have to push it, so then you'd have to make sure you're pushing it with the same force each time to get to the
Yeah.
carpet, the grass, and the rubber.
If they're going off of a ramp, then you like know for sure that they're going at the same speed,
Yeah.
I guess.
Do you think there should be like one person pushing the skateboard and one person pushing another skateboard, and they're doing it at the same time?
I think one person, just to keep it, I don't know the word I'm
Like the
looking
same
for.
person.
Yeah.
So do you think
Keep it
we should start it
consistent. Yeah.
like on a smooth surface and then try to like roll it into the carpet or grass or rubber to see which one could stop fast?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Are we riding the skateboard, or are we just pushing it?
you could ride it, but I would say push it would give it more of a nice go motion.
So you said that it's going on a long strip, right? Yeah, so I think if we push it down the long strip, I think we should probably test it one at a time, just because like skateboards can be a little unpredictable in where they would go. So push one at a
Yeah.
time down into one like of the test subjects, and I think doing like, because you don't want to just push the skateboard one time into carpet, one time into grass, one time into rubber. You'd rather, I think, test all of them, like all three, like 3 times each, just so like, because it'll be hard to push with the same amount of force, so that way you can kind of average it out and see which one will stop faster.
Right.
Okay. So you're saying, why don't one of y'all repeat what she just said in your own words?
Dang, it's a little difficult. That we should push it like onto the rubber, or is it grass and the carpet instead of. It's always the same momentum.
Yeah.
So what if we did it all at the same time? Like if we had like a strip of grass and a strip of carpet and then a strip of rubber, do you think one person needs to like push it on one specific thing
Yeah.
each time? Or do you think we should have like 3 people pushing the skateboard? Like 3 different skateboards at the same time?
I think one person and one skateboard,
Yeah.
just to keep those 2 things a constant.
Yeah.
Yay.
Good.